It's Rockford's home for classic rock, 96.7 The Eagle and 967theeagle.net. Eddie Money, shaken. And I've got to say, I have a very dear friend of mine. Patrick, you there?
Yes.
Hey, Patrick. Now, Patrick, you, as your fans, I should say, may know you as SPCRockford 1057 on YouTube. You are quite the weather whiz, aren't you, Patrick?
Yes.
And you're from Winnebago, and you recently visited us. That was back in March. I can't even believe it was that long ago before. And we had such a good time, and you brought some of your different weather radios, and you were telling me all about what we could expect for the spring. And I have to say that your weather forecast that you gave us was almost 100% correct. So I trust your knowledge in the weather. So that's why I brought you here. And thanks for calling in. And just about, say, 6 minutes or so, you and I are going to share with the world what's expected for today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you nervous at all? I mean, can you give us a little hint? Is this going to be big? Is it going to be calm? Or is it going to be a mixture of both?
I think this could be a big one.
Ooh, something tells me I think so too. We'll talk more with Patrick, our 12-year-old weather whiz, next on 96.7 The Eagle. It's Rockford's home for classic rock, 96.7 The Eagle and 967theeagle.net. Patrick from Winnebago, thanks for calling in. He's on the line. Patrick, we're expecting some pretty severe weather today, aren't we?
Yes.
Now, can you give me a little hint about what's going to be happening, what we can expect?
So what we're mainly thinking is going to happen is a bunch of cells, supercells we call them, are going to fire up in eastern Iowa and then move into northern Illinois. And by the time they move through northern Illinois, they could bring some strong winds. We have a 45% chance, 45 significant % chance of seeing damaging wind gusts here in the state line, and then a 15% significant hail risk in the state line here as the storms move through. So we think we could see some severe wind gusts, possibly above 75 miles per hour with some storms, some hail about golf ball size at the largest. And we also have the tornado risk in the state line, a 10% significant risk, which just means you take the percent chance that we usually have on this day and you multiply it by 10, and the significant severe means that some of those tornadoes could be on the stronger side.
Wow, Patrick, you got me shaking in my boots. Again, Patrick, our 12-year-old weather forecaster from Winnebago. You can check out his videos at SPCRockford 1057 on YouTube or on our website, 967theeagle.net. Patrick, we're going to talk more about this in depth because I just want to make sure I'm going to be safe when I'm getting home. So let's talk after Cars on the Eagle. It's Rockford's home for classic rock, 96.7 The Eagle. The Cars shaking it up. Patrick, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting excited about a good storm. I love a good storm as long as everyone stays safe. Now, I have to ask you, when do you think, you told me a little bit about what we think could be happening today. Do you have a timeline of what we can expect this weather? I know it could be unpredictable, but in your professional opinion, what do you think?
We're thinking anywhere between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Oh, great. So when I'm driving home from work, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad I forgot my umbrella.
Storms waited just for you.
They sure did. And what are some things that we can do to prepare to make sure when these storms come through, if they are as severe as we are predicting, what can we do to prepare to make sure everyone stays nice and safe?
If you have a NOAA weather radio, you should put new batteries in it in case you lose power so you can receive warnings. Charge up your phones so that you can receive warnings. Make sure to pay attention to warnings and watches through TV, other things like that through media. You can also just get like a little safety kit together in case you need to go to the basement or a tornado does actually hit. That should include some spare batteries, some water, some shoes, so that you won't get hurt by debris if there is. You can also just stay inside as long as you can and try not to travel, as these storms could be pretty dangerous today.
Absolutely. And Patrick, what warnings and watches are we currently under?
So we are currently under a flash flood watch. That is all that we are under right now. It is for most of the state line, for most of northern Illinois, except for Joe Davies, Stevenson, Carroll, and Whiteside. It's because we're expecting some very heavy rain with these storms tonight. Flash flooding is very dangerous. You should monitor later forecasts and be prepared to take action if a flash flood warning is issued. Also, turn around and don't drown if you encounter flooded roadways, because it only takes about 6 inches to sweep a car away.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Again, Patrick Murray from Winnebago, you're such a good friend of ours here at the Eagle and at the show. You're a 12-year-old weather whiz, soon to be 13, so I guess I'll have to change your name to our 13-year-old weather whiz from November. You can see more of Patrick's videos at SPCRockford 1057 on YouTube. He is one of the most trusted weather experts in the state line, in my humble opinion. Patrick, thank you so much for being here. Again, any last words on what we can expect today? Just let our listeners know exactly what we could encounter.
So what we're expecting are just some cells to fire up along the cold front that's going to come through in eastern Iowa, and they could quickly turn severe as they make their way into northern Illinois. They could rotate, and they could potentially produce tornadoes. And as it moves through Illinois into the Chicago area and into Indiana and Ohio, we're going to expect it to form into what we call a derecho, which is a long-lived windstorm. And those we had one here about, I think it was a year ago, and it did some pretty good damage over here in Winnebago. So just monitor the forecasts and have a way to get warnings today.
Perfect. Patrick, thank you so much. Again, Patrick Murray, SPCRockford 1057 on YouTube, or you can see more of his videos at 967theeagle.net. Thank you so much, Patrick.